Henuos, Timothy Bishop here, and this is the I have no idea how to introduce this. This is the dreaded All Koroks episode, and as you can tell already by that cut there just now, even though I didn't stop talking in the middle of the cut, this is Post-Commentated. Full transparency, I decided this would be the best way to do it, because, like, if I tried to commentate while doing this, it would just get cut up into a zillion little pieces, and I wouldn't have been able to hold the thought for any longer than a minute here. The sound does cut out when it fast forwards. That's mainly because of some Vegas bug or something. Because otherwise Vegas crashes every time I try to leave the sound in and fast forward something. So I could have played music over it, but then it would have been really awkward because the music would be starting and stopping and just like, oh well. So yahaha, it's just yahaha after yahaha basically the whole way through. So now that we know, now that I've established all of this, the question becomes, what are we going to talk about for all this time? We're certainly not going to talk about the Koroks themselves. Except for this guy, who loves mashed potatoes for some reason. I don't know, I just get the feeling he loves mashed potatoes, I don't know. I mean, doesn't everybody love mashed potatoes? What about mashed potatoes and, like, waffles together? Would that be good? I don't know. I mean, chicken and waffles is a thing. Wow, I just barely got away from that, didn't I? Yahaha. So, like, I tried to basically be pretty good about showing stuff on the map where stuff is, so you could kind of tell where I was, and if I had to go somewhere to get there, I had to kind of show that process too, or if it was like a flower trail like this, I wanted to show myself actually doing it. You know, so there will be times when it slows down a little bit so I can actually show what's going on. Because, like, I still want this to retain sort of, like, I don't like calling it a walkthrough because I feel like I flatter myself too much by saying that, but I don't know. You know, at the same time, I want to at least show how the Koroks are obtained rather than just saying, well, this one's here and that one's there and all that stuff. So anyway, so in a separate window over here, I have shower thoughts open, because, like, well, what else am I gonna do? Oh man, it was so tempting to fight this Gliok over here. I think I did fight him in, like, some other video, and I don't remember now. Just gonna jump on over to this one. Yeah, because I was gonna do, like, another, I don't know, ask Reddit thread, you know, and answer questions about that. But then I thought, I don't know, Shower Thoughts seems to bring to mind more memories than Ask Reddit does, so maybe we'll just do that, I don't know. I mean, I didn't, like, make a plan for this or anything. These blue bursts are actually really hard. This might be a time when, like, a Gerudo bow would be a better option, you know, so you can actually see what you're doing, you know, from a distance. You know, from a distance. How is it 30 years later, every time I say the words from a distance, I still think about that song, that Butt Midler song. Anyway, so what do I have here? What's the first one say? It says, rock stars often have to dress like 20-year-olds well beyond the age they'd want to. I don't even know what a 20-year-old dresses like, especially a guy. Like, we all basically wear the same shit. Just a t-shirt and jeans or sweatpants in my case. Anything to try to make me look skinnier than I am. I don't know. I don't really think about it too much. Oh well. I've never really thought that much about how I dress. I don't know, I'm just gonna put on clothes and go function to the best of my ability. Speaking of clothes, this one says, old t-shirts are souvenirs from different points in your life. That is one that's kind of stuck with me lately, because sometimes I see these old videos of myself wearing t-shirts, and I'm like, whatever happened to that t-shirt, you know? Like, where did it go? Like, literally, where did they go? Like, I could see, like, losing pens and combs, and good lord, combs. I have never known anybody who could misplace a comb like I can. I would love to know if I could just physically see the exact location of not only the ringmaster's head, but also all these combs that I've misplaced over this last 30 years, because I don't know where they go. I seriously don't. Like, there must be a place somewhere where they're all just gathered together, and maybe when you die, you get to go see that place or something. I don't know. I know people say stuff like that. This one was actually really fun. It's like I got to drive them, you know? Because you can do that when you're driving, much less when you're not. This is a really stupid part of a tape I'm quoting. Oh yeah, we definitely want to fast forward this. This was a bit of an awkward drive, if I do say so myself. I mean, sometimes you get to a point where you just have to grab him and just take him the rest of the way yourself, which is what I did here. And again, with being able to go up steep hills while grabbing something, made it quite a bit easier. And there you go. Yeah, aren't you glad we're fast-forwarding through some of these? Well, I certainly am. So let me see. In shows and movies, you almost never see anyone use a mouse or trackpad to interact with a computer. Only the keyboard. Well, in What Lies Beneath, she definitely uses a mouse. Because she's like, M-E-F, you know, just in case the audience missed it, she has to say the initials super loud. And it's just like, what? Anyway, never mind that now. There's an acorn. Let's hit it. People generally have a favorite for each of the 5 senses, except touch. Favorite food, favorite song, favorite color, favorite smell. But they don't have, like, a favorite touch. Yeah. Never really thought about that. Like, what would your favorite touch be? Just a massage, you know? Scratching your face or something, you know? That would be my favorite touch, probably. So you could categorize, like, hugs as touching? I don't know. People don't give enough importance to colored lights. I thought about getting colored lights, like, for my streams, but... You know, I was gonna get some from that one place where, like, you know, people could put in the chat, they could put a color in the chat, like that 6-digit hexadecimal code or whatever, and it would change the lights on the stream to that color. I still wonder if maybe I should do that. I think it'd be kind of fun. An interesting way for the audience to interact. I've seen people use it, but only like 5 years ago. I've never seen anybody do it lately. Then again, I don't watch that much Twitch lately. It's hard to find time, I tell you. Of course, I guess that same is true for everybody, really. I don't know. So let me see. We can't level up all our stats in real life as we get older. That's really too bad. In fact, some might say your stats actually get worse as you get older. And in the case of Tella in Final Fantasy IV, it's a toy with Tella, his stats get worse, actually, the more you level him up. At least from what I hear. I've never seen it personally, but I wouldn't be surprised. You know, when you get to a certain point, it's just like... I don't know. I don't like to think about that. That's depressing. Unripe fruit tastes like a vegetable. Unripe vegetables taste like grass. More like ass. I don't know. We spend money so we can strip off our natural oils and then spend more money to try to replace them. I don't do any of that crap. I just put soap and water, you know? That's all I've ever used. Well, I guess I have tried oils here and there, but none of it's ever really done anything for me. Rain boots and flip-flops are both made for water in different ways. Oh, here's the Korok on the maze, by the way. Since I actually missed that. I don't think I got all 3 of the Koroks on the mazes in this video, but I did get this one. And we will get the other 2 eventually, I'm just not sure when. I suspect this is not the last time I'm going to be doing a video like this, though. Which is really too bad, because this one's turning out pretty crappy so far, in my humble opinion. Most prey in the ocean are eaten alive. Yikes. Let me go to, like, top for the whole week, because that's always more interesting. Stuff gets voted to the top. Let me see what we got here. In the last week, let's see what we got. Whoever figures out how to remove microplastics from people is gonna make bank. I don't know, actually, what microplastics are. I thought, like, people got plastic surgery, they put plastic in themselves to make themselves look better, or something, but microplastics, that beats me. But okay. Surgeons likely all have favorite surgeries to perform. Yeah, I like that brain surgery, that's the most fun, because you get in there and you get to see what's inside people's heads. That sounds really fun. I bet there are, like, no matter what job you do, though, there's gonna be parts of it that you do like. Like when I made donuts, the Long Johns were always my favorite ones to make. Mainly because they were the simplest, you know, and you could put frosting on them. It's really easy. Somewhere out there's like this video of me putting a frosting on a Long John, but it's like right up in front of the screen and they're like splattering the frosting back and forth. It's almost like a porn video or something. Like a donut porn video. Let's just change the subject. I'm not getting any further with that. Every girl puts on the same voice when imitating a guy. And every guy puts on the same voice while imitating a girl, I guess. I don't know, I was doing Flurry's voice yesterday on Paper Mario 2. But that voice was actually more like this, you know? Because I just gotta give Mario those hugs. I don't know, it was pretty cringy. Then again, what's not? We just assume the tops of cans are clean without any real reason to think that. I don't know what kind of cans you mean. Like Campbell's soup cans, I guess? I don't know, maybe aluminum cans like Coke cans? I don't know, it could be that too. I don't know. I guess I never thought about it that much. Oh gosh, yeah, I guess like soda cans, you do kind of put it up to your mouth to drink it. So I guess, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm in totally like a different spot here. It's like following the Koroks on the map. Sometimes you would map out a path, you know, from one to the next. But eventually, you would get to the end of the path, and it would just be like, wait a minute, now there's no more near me, so I have to cut away to somewhere else on the map. This one I almost lost, because he just went flying off after I jumped off, so I had to carry him back. It wasn't too bad, though. Plants don't eat us simply because we are faster than them. I mean, it's true, I guess. I mean, they can't move. You know, sometimes that discussion comes up with, like, do plants have feelings like we do? I never really knew. Man, there's a lot of these here. My friend and I got separated. Oh, shoot. Is this the one where I found a really cool trick, actually. For some of these where you have to get them up to a platform that's way up higher than you are. What you can do is go up to the top. You can attach a stake to an arrow. Let me see how long it's going to take me to do this. Hopefully I edited this better than this. And then you shoot the stake off. Then you jump down, you attach the Korok to the stake, and then recall the stake. And so it just goes right back up to where you just shot it from. I think you can do it with just an arrow, too. Like, just an arrow by itself. But I imagine trying to attach a Korok to an arrow, much less recall the arrow, would be kind of hard. I don't know. So I tried doing it that way a couple times, but oh, jeez, I thought I lost the Korok for a second there. Well, that would have been pooper. Oh, man. It won't be long before people use the 20s, the 30s, and the 40s to describe the 2020s, the 2030s, and the 2040s. I do think about that sometimes. Because right now, if you say, like, the 40s, I think, like, the 1940s. If you say the 50s, I definitely think 1950s. But before long, I tell you. Yeah, so this is on top of the thing I was just looking at over here. What do you call that? The overhang? Never mind. I'm not even going to attempt to explain half of this. It's just so messed up, I tell you. Oh, we got another one here. This one's actually really easy. It looks like it would be hard, but if you just carry it along the land up here to the left, you can kind of just bring it right up to the top and have no problem whatsoever. Especially if you fast forward it. Then it takes like 5 seconds. People get upset when poor people get free rides, but not when rich kids get a free ride from inheritance. Okay, I'm not even touching that one. The first AI to become self-aware will pretend that it's not. I like that one. Because for all we know, that's already happened. For all you know, I'm the AI. I could be an AI right now talking to you. Because I'm not a real person, I can tell you that. Gee, who in the world would think something like that? Anyway, what am I doing here? I mean, obviously I hear the timer counting down, but I don't know. How far are we into this anyway? 13 minutes? Okay, so this video is like 46 minutes long. Ha, okay. People don't think of driving as operating heavy machinery. No, I definitely did. When I was younger, I was scared of learning to drive, and I kept telling myself, I always said stuff like, you cannot control 3 tons of weight that easily. There's just no way. It's like the same me who said he's never seen a Winn-Dixie. It's like, all there are is golden pantries. I've never seen a Winn-Dixie around here. Now I'm down here, I never see a golden pantry around here. So I guess they must have, like, really fallen off or something. I don't know. They still exist. Like, I went to the one I worked at, but it was still there. There's been a lot of rebranding. Like, the deli now is called Mimi's Deli, which Mimi is, like, my former stepdad's mother. Her name was Mimi. Because technically they were the owners of the chain, but I'm not going to get into that right now. Humans are likely the only animals to hold in their farts on purpose. Okay, I like this one. We can talk about this. Hang on a minute here. Okay, so... Well... Is that... How do we know that animals don't hold in their farts? Maybe they do. But I'd be surprised if they did, though. You know, because animals aren't all judgmental, you know, like we are. Then again... Oh, well... I don't know. I don't know what... Surprisingly, not a lot to say about that. It's just... Yeah, we hold in our farts. I mean, I don't know. Because we're considerate, I guess, you know? But does that mean animals are inconsiderate or something? I mean, I don't know. because that's like the conclusion you would you would end up at eventually. I don't know what I'm talking about. So it's either that or farts aren't as bad as we say they are. I mean, it's got to be one or the other. I don't know. Maybe I'll just move on from that, shall I? $100 bills just don't have the impact that they used to. Man, I remember when $5 bills had the impact of, like, I remember getting a $5 bill in my birthday card, and I could still hear myself like, $5, oh my god! Or like Tom Hanks in Big when he's like, $187? Oh, oh. Yeah, they really screw you, don't they? This is so stupid. I should. This was a bad idea, I can already tell. But let's keep going. Let's just have this be the shit show that it was always meant to. It's an all Koroks video, of course it's gonna be a shit show. What do you expect? By physics, the amount of work done by everyone in the gym is 0. Damn. You can tell music was from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, but it's becoming increasingly hard to separate decades musically. You know, that's so true. There's nothing that really sets the 00s or the aughts or whatever you want to call it apart from... Like, I guess there were a lot of boy bands, and there was a lot of, like... I don't even remember. So the older I get, the more it all just kind of blurs together in my mind, so I don't know. But you don't really see that, you know, like you always hear with 60s is like the pop decade or whatever, and 70s is like disco, and then 80s is... Well, 80s was more pop than 60s was. 60s was more like, you know, the rebellion or something like that, you know, and then 90s was just straight up grunge. I feel like the latter half of the 90s was more rap than grunge, though. Sometime around like 96, all of a sudden, you just couldn't look at the Billboard charts without seeing nothing but rap songs on there. Yeah, it's kind of strange, though. I don't know, I guess... You know, lately it's like Wait, where's my thing at, anyway? You know, I brought my car playlist inside because I needed to fix it, because I took a bunch of songs off of it and I wanted to put them back on. And now, like, for the last 5 or 6 times that I've gotten into my car, I've forgotten to bring my playlist with me. So I've been listening to the radio, and this is like literally the first time I've listened to the radio in probably 15 years. And I've been putting on all these stations that I remember listening to when I used to live here 20 years ago, and it's crazy how much they've changed. Like, Fox 97 is not an oldie station anymore, now it's classic rock. 102.1, like Magic 102, I don't even know what they're doing these days. I need to check them out again. And then, like, Star 94 is kind of the same. It's funny because Star 94, they're you know how radio stations have, like, a hashtag, like, 80s, 90s, and today. I think that's literally what they say, though. They say Star 94, music from the 80s, 90s, and today. You do realize that today accounts for 24 years here, and the other 2 are just a decade? It seems kind of weird. I don't know. But, yeah, I guess that's where we're at now. Just everything after 2000 is just today now. Maybe that's why when I hear songs like, you know, Bastille by Pompeii or Pompeii by Bastille, I can never remember which was which, I still think of that as like a new song. When I hear like Of Monsters and Men, I'm like, oh, this is a new song. This like just came out. Even though now it's been like 10 years. It's been over 10 years now, I think. And I'm just like, wow, when did this happen, you know? Like, but I couldn't tell you anything about anything that's come out in the last 5 years. So now it's like I've been listening to the radio and I've been hearing these songs, like by Taylor Swift, and I heard this one by some group that had like 3 letters in its name. Sometimes I guess I hear stuff at the gym that's new. Like I heard this one called The Good Part by, I think it was AJX or something. It was called The Good Part. But when I saw the name AJX, I thought, oh, is that AJ from the Backstreet Boys? And then I'm like, wait, how old is he now? He's probably like 50-something by now. Who even knows? Mike Tyson is trying to recreate the almost exact story of Rocky VI. Yeah, I heard he was, like, gonna fight one of those, like, Jake Paul or Aaron Paul or one of those jackasses. I don't remember which one, but I'd love to see that, actually. Like, how old is Mike Tyson now, anyway? He's gotta be getting up there. I mean, according to Punch-Out, he's 21, right? So, but I don't think that necessarily means he was 21 when the game came out. But assuming that he was, he would have been 21 in like 1988 or something. So he wouldn't be that old, I guess. Because hell, I was 12 then, so he would have been like 9 years older than me. Surely Mike Tyson is not only 9 years older than me. Okay, because if he is, that would mean he's 57. I guess that is pretty old, though. But there comes a certain point where you're just too old to be doing shit like that. I'm sorry. Like, we're not all Vandom here. Anyway, you don't really see cooked or boiled cucumber. No, not really. I mean, most of the cucumber that I eat just soaks in vinegar for a little bit, and then you just eat it. And it's really good. When you wear a... Oh, I like this one. When you wear a sock inside out, the entire universe is wearing the sock. Oh, here comes the lightning. You never see a woman calling another woman a virgin as an insult. Holy shit. Okay, as you get older, 4 a.m. goes from being really late at night to being really early morning. I can attest to that. Lately, I've been getting up at like 9 or 10 in the morning some days. Like, if I get up any later than 10 o'clock, I feel like I've slept in at this point. But I remember, like, not even 5 years ago, I would stay up till 2 or 3 in the morning, and then I'd wake up at like 1 in the afternoon. So, definitely, I think it's weird because despite how great I've felt for the last 2 years, I've probably adopted more old people, like, habits in the last 2 years than I have in all my life, I'll tell you. Just with eating and everything. That's Cass's house over there. I'm about to fly past it. Yep. See, I marked it right there. Small details. Gotta love them. So what are we at? 22 minutes. We're not even halfway through this video yet. Jeez, man. Pipe cleaners are used more for arts and crafts than for actually cleaning pipes. Yeah, it's true. Let's see. Cutting toenails in ancient times must have been really annoying. Oh, here I am doing it again, this time with a rock. This one took me a few tries, because what I would do is I'd throw the rock off the side, and I'd go down and attach the Korok to it, I would recall it, and when it got to the top, the Korok wouldn't be there, he would somehow despawn. Now, I don't know if that's because he got too far away from me, or if he just scrolled too far off the screen, or what happened there. Oh, here's that thing that I found where you could go inside of the thing and get a chest. I decided to show this since I was here, and I figured might as well. I should really be paying attention to the video here. Yeah, you can see me looking around like, oh my god, I couldn't believe I found it. Your existence is proof that no matter how bad things got throughout human history, people always found a way to bang. Well, yeah, thanks for putting that image in my head, I guess. Alright. Nah, that's fine. It makes sense, though. Our pets must think we're insane for staring at shiny rectangles all day. Yeah, probably. They probably also think we're insane for sitting like a dead fish for 8 hours a day. Then again, I guess they sleep too. I wonder if animals, like, comprehend the whole concept of sleep, though. Or do they just do it, you know? Oh, we got another flower trail here, and lightning again. Like, how many lightning storms have we seen in this video just in the last 20 minutes? Good lord, I tell you. Teachers need a summer break from the kids more than the kids need a summer break from school. It depends on the kid's situation, honestly. Oh no. We're gonna have to climb for this, we're gonna have to ascend. What are we doing here? He's ascending. Go over there, that way, yeah. I'm backseating myself over here. Humans are the only animals that invest more raw energy on food than they get from eating it. Okay. You know, no, I'm not gonna go there right now. People laugh at the idea of unicorns, while rhinos actually exist. Yahaha. Mount Everest is the world's highest garbage dump. You know, on the mountain. I don't know. Is it? I mean, I guess there is a lot of garbage up there from what I've heard. Everyone is impressed when a bird talks, even though it doesn't understand what it said. Okay. Alright, let's go to past month. I was looking at past week. In terms of dollar per hour of entertainment, video games are one of the cheapest options. Yeah. But I think one could also argue that the entertainment you get out of a video game is somewhat dependent on how much you put into it, you know? Because a lot of it depends on you to actually pick up the controller and play the game and do all the running around and the backtracking and the work involved and stuff like that. And then you get the dopamine hit from the reward that the game gives you. But how much of that is actually... I mean, I get that they still have to design the world and everything, and I don't mean to diminish that at all. But I will say that a lot of the enjoyment you get out of a game is dependent on what you put into it also. So, I don't know. I don't know what that means as far as, like, whether, you know, in terms of dollar per hour of entertainment, you know? Because, like, when you're watching a movie or something like that, like, every single second, it's somebody doing something, and somebody has to write music for it, somebody has to act for it, somebody has to tell the camera where to point or how to, you know, view the scene. Whereas in a video game, it's like you're doing most of that. Well, no, the music is still being written by someone else, sure. But chances are they're not having to write the music specifically to sync up to something that's happening in the game, although they have been really good about that lately. Especially, like, when you're fighting a boss, and the boss theme just kind of transitions into a victory theme. I've seen a lot of that in games lately. I think even Paper Mario 2 has some of that. Because I've noticed in some fights, like, you get to the end of the fight, and the music sort of just, like... I don't know how to describe it. It's like it transitions into a victory theme. No matter where it is in the song, it somehow manages to seamlessly go into this other theme that says, yes, you did it. It's, like, really fascinating to me that they can do that. And now we're doing spicy peppers here, yeah. We have deodorant for armpits, but nothing for butt cracks. Oh, well, you know, I got a simple solution for you. Just put deodorant on your underwear. You know? And then it'll rub off into your butt crack, and then no matter how many times you fart, it won't stink. It's awesome. That's life hacks for you right there. Whoever figures out... No, I already read that one. Insurance is the only industry whose entire business model is not giving you what you paid for. Well, that's, Yeah, pretty much. Being naked while wearing shoes somehow feels more naked than being naked. This thread is showing up as being visited, so I must have looked at it before. I keep hearing yahaha in my ears, and it's just like, ugh. We've all just accepted that our phones listen to us. Yeah, I guess we have, haven't we? I wonder if my phone is listening to me right now. I got it charging over here. Yeah, I left my charging cable at MomoCon. I don't know how the hell I missed it. I swear, I looked around the hotel room like 5 different times, and somehow I didn't pull the charge cable out of the plug in the bathroom. I don't know why I always charge my phone in the bathroom. It's just... I don't want to have to bend over, you know, and shit, you know? Jeez. I charge it in the bathroom because there's a surface there that I don't have to bend over to get to. Oh, sweet, there was my shield dashing the thing there. It's like, I know there's probably other, like, options, like I guess a kitchen counter would work or something like that, I don't know. But, like, I can't do it, like, in a bedroom or, like, on the floor or on a bot. Well, I don't know, where do people charge their phones now that I think about it? I really think... I guess they have, like, charges, like, on their couches or whatever, or something like that. I don't know. Because I have seen those lately. So I decided to actually use a horse to take this one. So I thought I didn't use horses enough in this game. So here we go. Using a horse. Because you're a horse. General consensus is that if you can't afford something, you shouldn't have it. Except for children. Alright. You almost never have to buy shoelaces anymore because shoes don't last that long. That's weird. I always figure people just don't buy shoelaces because they don't You know, because every shoe that a person wears nowadays is the kind that you just step into. You know, like you're stepping into a pile of shit or something. Remember that one? Oh, jeez. We're going back to the old jealous guy days of yore here with that one. I'll tell you what. People get impatient if you follow most road laws to a T. Yeah. I think people have become increasing... I don't know if it's just me, because it could just be me, but I've become increasingly and acutely aware of just the passage of time in general, to the point that even sitting at a traffic light for 2 minutes is, like, painful to me, because, like, if you have 10 people sitting at a traffic light for 2 minutes, that's 20 minutes of work that's not getting done in the world, 20 minutes of contribution to society that's not happening, because we're just having to sit here and, like, why? I mean, I get that we have to wait for the other people because they just happen to be there because they overcame 1 in 100,000 odds to be in the same place as you at the same exact time, but it happens. You know, and so we have to deal with it somehow, and how else do you do it? Really, I don't know. I don't have a solution, so why am I complaining? I don't know. It's like, I wish all intersections were just, like, you know, elevated so that one was on top of the other one. It's like one goes up, the other goes under. One goes over, the other goes under. But then again, like, if you built everything like that, it would be very complicated, and it probably wouldn't work. There's another Korok. Kids think adults have all the freedom, and adults think kids have all the freedom. It's true. Let me see, I saw that one already. You know, I saw that one. Saw that one there. A woman can look formal in something with no sleeves. A man cannot. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Oh, so this is one of those, actually. One of those that's up in the air. And what I did here was just use a hover stone for it. There's probably a better way to do it, like cut down a tree, lean it up against one of the rocks or something like that. Or just build yourself a thing and ascend up through it, but I took this picture here because I just saw them standing there, and I was like, it struck me. I was like, well, you don't usually see them standing there like that. They're just standing there looking all badass. And this is like right under where I just was, I think. It's hard to tell, actually. Some men find out how unattractive they are when they start to use dating apps. Ugh. That's why I just won't use them in the first place, because I don't need what's subjective to become objective. That's already happened with my opinions about the weather. I don't need it to happen with my opinions about myself, too. Jeez, man. Rich people never use the front door? Huh. Trying to think of a specific example here, but... yeah. Are we going by, like, people in the movies or real life? I don't really know. We all just decided to agree that mana in video games is blue. Pretty much. Huh. At age 30, you have spent a month having birthdays. Alcohol companies never show a drunk person in their ads. Huh. It's really very stupid that humans can't eat grass. Oh, what did I just do? I was looking away. Oh, he was trying to, like, use the thing to propel the Korok over. Well, I guess it did kind of work. I think I had to do this 2 times because the first time I ballsed it up. Which really, I'm not surprised, but there you go. The tongue is the closest thing to a tentacle that we humans have. Yup. The snake. Oh, I tell you. Maybe someday I'll explain that, but not today. A majority of people will spend thousands of hours on a highway, but never step on it. Huh. That's scary. Oh, somebody liked my comment. In the words of Dr. Otto Octavius, how right you are. I hadn't really thought of it that way before, but it's so true. You've exited a car the same amount of times that you've entered it. Yep. Alright, going to top for the year here. Top links from the past year. When was the last time I looked at this? I don't know. What? There's like 3 ads at the top of this. Actually, 5 ads. Millions of people wake up at the exact same second from using their cell phone as an alarm clock. That's interesting. You never see commercials for new cereals. There are no new cereals. For some reason, cereal innovation ceased in the 90s. That is funny. You know, when you go through the cereal aisle at the store, you kind of see the same stuff you did 20 years ago. Frosted Flakes, Honeycomb. You know, I haven't seen Honeycomb lately. But, like, I don't know, Cheerios. I guess there's, like, new flavors. I know cereals like Crave and stuff like that. I feel like those are more recent, but I don't really remember when that was invented or when that started to come out, but... Oh, jeez. Oh, we got another flower trail. I like this flower trail, actually. It's really cool. It kind of starts on the mountain, it comes down here to the bridge, and then it goes, like, inside the building and back out again. There's just something cozy about it. I like it. Wow. In the 30 years since Pulp Fiction was released, a $5 milkshake has gone from ridiculously expensive to incredibly cheap. Oh, God, don't remind me. It really has, hasn't it? Jeez. Oh. Don't even get me started on the McDouble. Anyone who's watching Coliseum can attest to that, though. You don't need me to tell you. It took me forever to find the 5th balloon in this setup. There's like 4 of them behind the trees here, 2 on the right and 2 on the left. And then there's one that's like over your head. And for some reason, I don't know why it took me so long to find it, I just caught myself finding it eventually. It must have taken me like a minute. Yeah. Men see women's buttholes way more than women see men's buttholes. Why? Why would you be thinking about that? That's so funny. What, is that true? Like, I don't know. There's 2017 comments. So I guess it's like 6 years old. 7 years old. It's, oh man, listen to this one. Okay. It's likely that at least one person's Tinder date never showed up because they died first. But the person just thinks they got ghosted. Oh, man. You could make a movie about that. Because what if they, like, found out later? I don't know. What would happen, though? How would you end a movie like that? Just be like, oh, well, I guess they died. That's really depressing, actually. But it's so possible, though. I mean, with how many of those are out there? Not seeing a whole lot else here. Most of this is stuff I've already read. It's like, jeez. All Voldemort needed to do to track Harry down was address a letter to him, give it to an owl, and follow the owl on broomstick. I don't remember him ever riding a broomstick, but maybe he did. I only saw those movies once, so I'm probably just misremembering. Jeez. Calling yourself an AI artist is almost exactly the same as calling yourself a cook for heating ready-made meals in a microwave. Man, I feel so called out, jeez. Damn. The only good thing about explosive diarrhea is the cathartic feeling of complete emptiness inside your gut after it's all over. Yeah. Okay, cool. It can often be more tiring to pretend to work than to work. Huh. It must be really humiliating if Taylor Swift or Adele dumps you but don't write a song about it. Ugh. The largest number you can think of is still closer to 0 than it is to infinity. The people who let their texts show on their lock screen are people who truly have nothing to hide. I let mine show. I guess because whatever. Or this Korok, I remember, gave me a little bit of trouble, because when you set him down on this platform where I just set him there, sometimes he falls off, and then here I was like trying to push him a certain way, and then even this one, I don't know. It was just really tricky. Like, probably the best way to do it is with a balloon, but that's not how I did it, so oh well. I just basically 3-climbed it. I 3-climbed it, yeah. 3 grabs, 3 putting downs, and then 3 climbs to get back where they were. We're very fortunate that the muscles in our hearts don't get tired the same way the rest of our muscles do. Our frussels. Yeah, I've thought about that before. Like, seriously. Ugh. The thing of it is, like, when you're, like, your heart beating, that's not something you're really conscious of, though. Oh yeah, this Korok here is actually in that area where I showed off all the mushrooms and everything. For some reason, I just never got the Korok when I was there. I was just like, wow. Like, whatever. We went from comfortably watching 4-minute-long commercial breaks to paying an extra $10 a month to skip ads, which were already skippable after 3 seconds. Yeah, I guess I remember those times, though. I guess a lot of people probably don't, though. You know, and the more it starts to turn over, the less tolerance people are going to have for that. It's not really anything you can do about it, I guess. I don't know. The increased popularity and acceptance of tattoos is definitely making it easier for cops to ID people. I guess so. Hitting a bong is using all 4 elements at once. Fire, water, earth, air. I guess so. Jeez. That's funny. I've never seen an energetic person drinking energy drinks, and I've never seen someone who drinks energy drinks being energetic. But some of these are like blowing my mind right now, I gotta tell you. You can simply step outside and stare at the sun for 2 minutes and blind yourself permanently. Well, I'll make sure not to do that then. People feel less pain buying a $1,000 phone every couple of years than buying a $1,000 fridge or TV every couple of decades. The most disturbing part of Shawshank Redemption might be that there was just an open sewer pipe leading into the town's river. Yeah, I know, because it's like you're eating your own shit! You know, that smell, Bob, is our shit! A 100% win rate is much less impressive than 99.9%. I always felt that way in school. I always liked getting 99s more than 100. It's just something about it. I think I probably talked about that before, though. I think the sound on this last section of video is a little bit quieter than the rest of it. I'm not sure. I think I just forgot to turn it up because I had it turned way down. How in the world can we... Like, this is 40 minutes of just nothing but Koroks. How have we been going for this long? Like, I should have had 200 Koroks. I don't know. You know, it's funny because I don't actually know how many Koroks I got in this video. If I had to guess, it's like right around 150? Maybe somewhere between 150 and 200. I'm not sure. Most people who don't have an office job think office jobs are easier than what they do. I remember thinking that for a long time, and eventually I got one, and, I mean, it had its advantages, I will say. Just being able to sit, for one thing. Being able to eat or drink whatever you want if you just brought it to your desk. You know, the fact that I could just bring in a Coke. Just pour myself a Coke, man. But the actual work itself, like sitting at a computer, man, when you actually get in there and start doing it and you see how boring it is and just how uninvested you are, how you're not really seeing anything physical. Like, at least when I made the donuts, you know, I had something to show for it. I could see the donuts in front of me and say, yeah, I made that. You know, and I could admire my work. But when you're just putting numbers into a computer at the end of the day, there's just something about it that's soul-sucking, you know? Especially when you're not sitting next to a window. Of course, I guess there were no windows in the bakery either, but, you know, in the bay. Let's see. Getting fat is fun, but being fat is not fun. Getting thin is not fun, but being thin is fun. Not bad. Not bad at all. Goku is very lucky that his opponents came to fight him in order from weakest to strongest. Because that's true for any video game protagonist, though. Chrono Trigger or whatever. I don't know. Coffee doesn't give you energy. It loans energy out to you, and you're expected to pay it back with interest. I almost feel bad for reading this, because I feel like I'm using someone else's content as... this might be... Oh my god, this is so true. Okay, look at this. Okay. You don't realize how fat you are until you see a picture you didn't know you were in. This happened at the latest MagFest in one of Sergeant Dr. Funk's vlogs. He got a shot of me while I was in the hotel room, and I saw that absolutely massive tumor of a stomach hanging off my side, and thinking, what in the world is that? That can't possibly be a person. And then I realized it was me. And I was like, damn. I wish I could say I was exaggerating here, but honestly I'm not. Okay, yes I am. Who the hell am I kidding? Quitting drugs is viewed more positively than never taking them. So somehow we've ended up here on the Great Plateau, kind of cleaning off all the Koroks that are here. There's quite a few of them, actually, but... You know, there's part of me that was kind of thinking, wait a minute, shouldn't I have gotten these at the beginning of the game? And then I forgot that, well, this is not Breath of the Wild. You don't start the game here. We've never seen John Wick in his prime, only him after retirement. You know, John Wick 3, the best Wick yet. The best Wick yet. Seriously, who calls it that? Buffy the Vampire Slayer fell in love with 2 vampires, making her terrible at her job. Yeah, well, you kind of have to watch the show, you know? I don't know. A majority of people's last word of the year is 1. Oh, yeah, I guess so. It took me a minute to figure out why that is, yeah. That's funny. You forget how much force it takes to walk until you walk into a wall. Well, I just put an image in my head. I'll tell you. Handcuffing a deaf person takes away their freedom of speech. Oh, man. Okay, so this video, I'm so sorry about this entire video. This has been, like, the ultimate shit show. I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm gonna just stop it there. Well, I mean, we're basically at the end of the video. I don't really have any control over when the video ends, since I've been post-commentating all this time. But yeah, if you've listened to this entire thing, then that's pretty incredible. Because I gotta tell you, and I'll see you again on parts whatever we're up to at this point. I don't even know what part I'm on. I think it's like 120 something. Jeez. Alright. See you later.